honestly, the things that you were saying to her, I mean, like, she was very immature, like mentally, but I feel like when it comes to domestic abuse, like there are certain situations that are just different. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And I feel like, you were saying like, oh, was a restraining order like in effect? Did you call the police? And
First thing I asked was she said it was over because of domestic violence. And I said was with the police call.
yeah, but some people do have those situations,
So most people don't. Ma'am, do you not understand? I'm a men's advocate. You know how many times women claim abuse, have no proof, and ruin men's lives? How many times do women claim abuse, ruin a man's life, and they don't even go to jail for filing a false police report?
I mean, I'm aware of that, but
do you have any brothers?
I have one brother.
Mm-hmm. You have any sons?
I have one son.
Okay. Advocate for him. Don't always advocate for women. What I said was accurate. Do you not hear that she was still talking about dealing with her child's father?
True. Yeah, that's true.
See, that's the point. As soon as y'all hear domestic violence, you immediately go to defend the woman, skipping past your son and your brother. Not realize you're talking to a liar.
No, I know.
That's why women.
My brother was in a very similar situation as well.
That's why women say it, because they can rely on women like you to put on your Supergirl cape and defend them. And then say, well, there are cases. The cases that merit, in my opinion, are the cases where women actually say it and do something about it.
Yeah.
Why should we listen to women who don't do anything about it?
No, I agree.
Okay. So I listen to those cases.
Mm-hmm.
But when a woman doesn't have it, she didn't do anything about it, why should I listen?
I agree. I don't know. Maybe I defend feminism, for myself.
Yeah, because but it's not about you. See, the thing is, you guys come in and put your cape on for women who you don't even ask questions. She said it. We gotta defend women. I want to know why you ladies are so quick to defend women you don't know, who have no proof.
I don't know. I feel like everyone's in different situations,
Ma'am, you realize you're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself. I asked you, everyone's in different situations. If those situations, the woman did nothing about it, should we believe her?
Proof. Proof.
If she has proof, yes. And proof means what?
I know what you're going with this. I know.
I'm asking you. I know what I think, but I'm asking you as a woman, what's proof?
I know, because that was my situation. My situation was I called the police. I had a restraining order. I had all those things in place.
Okay. See, this is another thing. You guys automatically make it about women. I can be talking about anything, and women will make it about them. That wasn't you. So if a woman says something about domestic violence, what proof should be required before we believe her?
I feel like documenting those things.
Documenting them how?
Photos, videos, evidence, and protecting yourself from that. So.
Okay, I need you to be a little bit more specific. Who's documenting them?
I know what you're saying.
No, I'm asking you. Photos, videos can be made by anybody. I'm asking you as a citizen. You have to be fair. Who's documenting this stuff?
The police.
Is that what you really believe?
No, I do, because that's what I did. I protected myself.
All right. Okay, so I said when women come up and claim domestic violence, I immediately ask, were the police involved and are there reports? 99 times out of 100, they have it. And I said, then I don't automatically believe you. But never fails that women like you automatically hear and you jump out and put your Supergirl cape on and you want to defend the woman over your son, over your brother, with no proof from a stranger, based upon usually based upon themselves. Because you see something in her, but she was lying. So, do you see the problem with society these days? Women like that can get away with lying, and it costs good men. There's a football player, Brian Banks. He spent 5 years in jail. The woman who accused him of rape lied about it. She got $2 million in some sort of settlement or something, or whatever. Then she was found out to be lying. Video evidence proof her confessing that she made the entire thing up. The entire thing up. Has she served 1 day in jail? Nope. At best, they're trying to get some of the money back. This man's life is still destroyed. So I'm sorry. I refuse to believe women who just say it without proof.
I hear where you're going with this. I understand what you're saying. I don't know. It was just my whole defense thing, because sometimes women, I don't know.
Sometimes women what? I want to understand why you women do
like
this.
A fear. Maybe it's a fear thing. Maybe they just don't know how to go about things. She seems pretty young, and mentally, where she probably just was naive and didn't know what to do in her situation.
Okay, so I want to get this straight. You as a woman automatically give excessive benefit of the doubt to the woman. In order to do that, maybe she didn't know, maybe she was afraid, maybe she was terrified, maybe she was this. So you give all that benefit of the doubt to her. Then that means you take it from his side. So that man is automatically guilty. And then he has to overcome her being young, not knowing where to go. So every woman's a victim. It's believe all women. Well, I hope you have this mindset when somebody does this to your son. I hope so.
No.
I hope so. No, because there's gonna be a woman that says, "Hey, maybe Miss Angel, maybe your son, maybe she didn't know, maybe she didn't do this, maybe she didn't do that." These women are scared. So when they lock your son up, take his rights, ruin his life, not his, because once that's out there, it's there forever. It never goes away. I hope you're understanding and say, well, you know what? She was scared. She didn't know. And
I
then
raised my son right. I don't think my son would ever be in that situation. I'm just saying.
I want you guys to understand what she just said. I raised my son right. I don't think he'd ever be involved in that situation. You mean involved with a vindictive, lying woman?
Yeah.
And you sound crazy.
How?
Do you live in the United States of America?
Yes, I do. How do I sound crazy?
You don't think your son being in this country could get caught up with a vindictive, lying woman?
I would hope that he would have a little more sense, because I've raised him.
How the French toast do you know someone? So your son is supposed to use the force to divine whether or not she has the capability of being a vindictive, lying woman. But you don't have the same standard for women that they should use the force and recognize they're involved with an abuser? Ma'am, you're the problem. You're the problem, and you're the problem. Men are guilty until proven innocent. I dare you to show this to your brother.
I don't believe that. I don't believe men are
guilty. I dare you to show this to your brother and say that I'm raising my son in a way that his first defense about being involved with a vindictive, lying woman is to not be around her. Women know they can use this stuff. Ma'am, do you not understand how often false charges are filed? If you live in this country, a simple Google search, a false rape, false violence charges, you will have more reading than you can get through in an entire year. College, professional, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what race. So you think that you can raise your son to combat a system that you participate in. You just were part of the lynch mob. All a woman has to do is say he did something. That's it. All she has to do is make the allegation. Then that's your son's ass. And you like the world to be that way?
No.
Then how can he protect himself from it?
I was just saying that we don't know her situation exactly. I mean, the fact that she was even talking to him still, that was something else, but I don't know. I just got defensive with that.
Guys, I need you to understand, this is how deep it goes. This is why women identify with women above anything else. Even with all the logic I've just given, even with the contradictions, you are still trying to come down and find a way to soften the blow for women. I'm just saying that we don't know all the evidence. So men should just be open to having their lives destroyed until we know. Then man, we have to have a neutral system. If we don't know, then we don't believe until we have what? Until we have what? We have a system. We have a system of laws. Because let me tell you something. In this country, there used to be laws against women. I used to call you a witch. I used to just call you a witch, and you know what? We would either burn you at the stake, or we would sit you. We would actually throw you in a river, because witches are made of wood. Is that it? Witches are made of no. If you float, you're made of wood, and we would burn you at the stake, because witches are made of wood. And if you sank, that means you're not made of wood, thus a holy woman, and you'd be innocent. Either way, you would die. You like those laws? No. You like those things?
No.
No proof is necessary. That woman looked at me. She put a hex on me. Oh, well, let's try her for being a witch. Do you realize how hysteria plays? That's why you have laws, burdens of proof. So we should just believe women. And you're a woman that has a son and thinks your son is going to be safe because you taught him right from wrong. What if he gets with a woman who taught her to get what you got to get, girl? You do know women play games, right?
Yes.
You know, women can lie about, before, what was it? What's the stat? 30%? I don't want to misquote the stat, but an inordinately high amount of married children come back not being the fathers. Women often lie about paternity. So do you understand that women have, can, and will lie in their own best interest?
I understand, but I don't think that it's all women,
Why does that matter?